You all ready for some big plays? Let's hit it. Go. Yeah. Time for some last-minute bets. We already got Tony here. What's up, fellas? Let's rock. Let's rock it out, baby. I'm
What's up,
ready.
Tony?
Bob and Mike here with your quick fix for sports betting. There's our Twitter handles right there. Follow us on Twitter. 20% off, folks, with OddsJam. Bob 20 and Mike 20, those codes. And let's not forget, I've been telling you guys about this. The Points Bet Power Hour. You see, we're here on Thursday the 9th. There's going to be an NBA SGP free bet drop, man. Going to have all kinds of stuff going on in the month of March. Get there right now. Get there right now. Okay. So we got our guest today is the infamous college basketball hoops aficionado, par excellence guru, Randall. How you like that? Par excellence guru. A little French in there for you, buddy. Randall's here. We're going to talk a little XFL. We're going to talk a little college basketball. If he has any plays, he's going to hand them out. I do want to tell you, Randall, that I got to tell you this real quick. Bear with me while I pull up my bet tracker and let you know what's going on here. Tony had a few plays today that we added to morning coffee, and I didn't know whether you saw them or not. So I'm going to tell you what they are right now. He was on Clemson, and he was on Seattle plus 3.5.
I got nothing.
You got nothing to say to that?
No, not on that. Yeah, I had nothing on State. Clemson game is definitely interesting. A lot of meaning to that game. I'm in the middle of sweating out this parlay here. It looked like Dayton was going to run away and hide with this earlier, and now all of a sudden it's a 4-point game again at halftime. So we need that to cash for the parlay and move on to Utah State later tonight. I actually I did like VCU. I almost threw them into this parlay, but I didn't. And of course, that was an easy winner. But yeah, I mean, lines are starting to pop for some games tomorrow, so we can look a little bit at those.
Okay, I need to ask you a question because people will want to know this. Are we coming on early Saturday for a little morning coffee show to talk a little college hoops?
It's a good question. Yeah, I mean, should be able to. I don't know that I have anything. How about we announce it tomorrow? I'll let you know for sure.
Yeah, you let me know, but we're going to do it early. Okay.
I was supposed to play in a golf tournament, but I'm not doing that. It's going to be too cold.
Okay, Tiger. Jimmy Decker, hello, boys. By the way, is John Rahm got a shot this weekend?
I mean, why not? World number one, right?
Yeah, world number one, but he struggles on that course at times.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't followed much of it. This college hoops has consumed me. I'm tired. I was just sitting here long days, staying up and watching these games, but it's what you got to do to make the money.
There you go.
We got North Carolina, Virginia tonight. I know you talked about this earlier. I mean, there's no doubt North Carolina. I mean, they're not getting it. They're not getting in, right? I mean, no possible way, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the only way I see Carolina.
Obviously, they win, but
winning, yeah. I mean, maybe. I mean, just because of the name, if they make the championship game, maybe. But I don't know. This game's interesting. I mean, Virginia's laying 2. January 10th, when these two teams played, Virginia was laying 4.5. I mean, they say this is a neutral site game, but I mean, it's much more of a North Carolina home game than it is a neutral site game, just in my opinion. I mean, it's played in closer to Chapel Hill than the University of Virginia. So the fact that Virginia's 2.5 in this game, I mean, it leads me to believe that they really, really want you to take North Carolina. And I mean, to me, this kind of is a win either way. I mean, if North Carolina wins and then makes it to the ACC championship and somehow gets into the tournament, I mean, they are an auto fade round one. I mean, it doesn't matter who they play. It is a total auto fade. And honestly, speaking of a couple of teams that could fall into that Iowa category, Bob, not to bring back nightmares of last year for you, but I mean, if Ohio State somehow finds a way to win the Big Ten tournament, I mean, can you imagine the drama and the Cinderella story of Ohio State for them to show up first round and just get absolutely obliterated? Because that's what will happen. I mean, this team they're not good. And they're one win away from the championship. Now, granted, they play Kansas tomorrow, but I mean, Iowa State knocked off Baylor today. They were a team that was really, really struggling. They're a team I've been looking to fade in the tournament anyway. I would love to see them win the Big 12 because, I mean, I would fade them. They'd probably be – whoever they play would probably be my biggest bet of round one on the team they're playing. So
I have a quick question, all right? Give me this opening here because I've had people ask me about this. And there are plays there. People want to know, what about college hoops player props? Because they're there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I experimented with this. And when I say experimented, I mean I looked at them and didn't bet them. So how about that? When UConn played Providence a couple of weeks ago, actually, we backed the truck up on that game, Bob. I don't know if you remember that. And it was a blowout, burial, name the score. But Jordan Hawkins, his point total was 16.5. And, in my mind, I saw that and I was like, I mean, he has to go over. Like, if UConn's going to win and cover, he has to go over 16.5. And I mean, I think he had 28. So, I mean, if you know these teams well enough, I think you can really find some value because these books just don't know what to put the line at. I actually tried to parlay Hawkins over with UConn 7.5, and they wouldn't let me do it. It was too correlated.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, if you know these guys, I mean, and how the teams work, I mean, there was probably never a time where Jordan Hawkins doesn't score, at least 17 in that game. Even if UConn loses, I mean, he probably still goes for 17. So, yeah, I mean, if you know these teams well enough, I mean, I definitely think you can find some value. I would use it more to look at the games that I'm betting to kind of see that. But speaking of UConn actually just opened up -4 against Marquette tomorrow. Number 1 seed in the Big East, Marquette +4. UConn was up 26. If you remember their leg one of this parlay today on the money line, ended up actually, depending on what number you got, if you laid the points, 7.5, 7, 6.5, UConn by 7, up 26 in the second half. These lines are, I mean, they are so sharp, so sharp. And so UConn -4 tomorrow. Interesting game against Marquette. I mean, typically I look to bet on teams. I mean, you've got the 4 seed laying points to the 1 seed. UConn smashed Marquette not too long ago as well. Obviously, I'm very biased on UConn. I think everybody knows that. But I think there's a little value on them tomorrow. I mean, I'm probably not going to lay 4 with them, but interested to see where this line goes. I haven't decided if I want UConn to win the Big East tournament or not. If you remember last year, UConn was bounced first round against New Mexico State. And I'm going to tell you that UConn's not losing round 1 this year. Whether they're a 3 seed, a 4 seed, a 5 seed, whatever it comes, like those are teams I always like to back, especially if they're returning teams, or returning guys. So interesting game tomorrow, but I mean, a lot of interesting games tomorrow.
Let me shift to one that Mike and I have a particular interest in, and that's Missouri and Tennessee. And is there the revenge factor that you always preach to me in college hoops for Tennessee in this game? Mike, what do you think real quick?
Well, I mean, that's definitely going to be a factor, but Tennessee's probably looking to get some revenge on a lot of different teams. They've been struggling as of late. No feel for me on this game. I mean, Missouri, they look like a team that could really surprise you a little bit, and then at times they look like a team that honestly they're probably first round and they may be bounced. I mean, let's face it, they haven't been in this tournament in a while. None of their players have any experience in it. Their coach is a brand new head coach. I mean,
does he even coach? What does he do? Honestly, does he do anything?
I'll tell you what he does. He's the SEC Coach of the Year.
Well, that's because
what?
Yes.
Is that real?
Yes.
Or is that your opinion?
No, that was announced today.
Oh hell! You're kidding me.
Are you
God, I can
serious?
reel you in there. I can reel you in there. No,
Buzz Williams, much deserved.
No, I'm just kidding. I had to say that though to see how you.
I was getting ready to say I don't.
Although you know what, you're not wrong. Dennis Gates, USA Today's Coach of the Year.
Okay, all right. I knew I heard it somewhere.
What a joke! I mean,
what are you talking about? The guy's a great coach.
Have you watched him coach?
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything. I mean, he doesn't speak. I mean, what? I guess all of his work's done in practice. Maybe that's what it is.
Well, there's one good thing that'll come out of that. He won't have a gravel voice like all these other coaches.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is definitely a big thing. I mean, it's a big game for Missouri, but I mean, it appears Missouri's pretty safely in. I mean, Lenardi's got him the 8th seed. Yeah, I mean, definitely revenge for Tennessee here. But the issue with Tennessee is no Zakai Ziegler. I mean, he's out for the year. So, I mean, that's a huge blow. Interesting, too. I mean, Missouri finished better than Tennessee in the conference, and they're catching 7 tomorrow. Can't put a lot of stock into that, but I think 7's maybe a tad too high. But, I mean, again, this is a game Tennessee's already safely in. I mean, they were laying at 11.5 to Ole Miss today. Did they cover that game? I haven't looked yet. Let's see.
Where are you finding 7 at? Because I've only got one line coming up, and that's DraftKings at 6.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but I haven't changed. I haven't refreshed in a while. So that maybe it's moved. But yeah, Tennessee. So Tennessee did cover today. I mean, they won by 15. They were laying 11.5. I mean, it's tough to take these teams. I mean, Baylor. Look no further than Baylor. I mean, English game against Iowa State. You know, punt on it and move on, get healthy. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, Missouri's definitely playing for much more than Tennessee is. But these games just they can get tricky. They can get tricky down the stretch here. I like to see the semis and the championship, be able to see what some of these teams are playing for. But Jordan's Hurricanes tomorrow are catching 2 against Duke. Wonder if he's got any opinion on that.
Well, you know, and Miami's interested. They feel to me, I mean, this is just me, I feel like they could be in danger of losing first round. Am I far off from thinking that with Miami? I know they're a decent team, but man, I mean, they've not been impressive here as of late.
Yeah, I mean, they obviously made the Elite Eight last year against Kansas. So actually, it had Kansas on the ropes. I mean, that was a game that Miami probably should have won. I don't know. I don't know about a first round exit. I mean, I will tell you this: if they win the ACC tournament, I mean, depending on their draw, maybe look to fade. Just because I like to fade some teams that win their conference tournaments. But yeah, I don't know. That's a game I'm gonna watch tomorrow. Purdue Rutgers, very, very interesting. Purdue -5.5. If you remember, Rutgers beat if you remember, Rutgers beat Purdue. That was their one loss at home early in the year. I think Rutgers has put themselves in the tournament with the win today against Michigan. Rutgers a little bit tomorrow as well. Bama's 6 to Mississippi State. Sparty -3 to Ohio State. Does the run end for Ohio State tomorrow, or do they keep going? I mean, can you imagine Ohio State playing for a Big Ten championship on Sunday? I mean, I can't wrap my head around it.
Crazy.
I mean, it'd be a total fade. I mean, that might be 2 Brinks trucks, Bob, in round one, because.
Hey, how about our Fighting Illini, though? Are they going to play for the Big Ten championship?
Oh, very possible, 100%. I think they are very alive in that. I mean, Illinois is laying 2.5 tonight to Penn State. They lost to Penn State twice this year, and now Illinois is favored. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, if I could bet this game, which I can't, obviously, I would be all over Illinois, and I'd be heavy on Illinois tonight. But we can't bet it. If you can bet Illinois, I mean, I think it's a great bet. I'd probably just lay the money line. But yeah, there's a ton of value on Illinois. You saw it last night. Wisconsin swept Ohio State in the regular season, and right. Ohio State was favored. Makes no
right. I know.
Those are the lines you're looking for this time of the year. And yeah, Thackeray here, Ewing out of Georgetown. Not surprised by that. I mean, that program has been a disaster ever since he's taken it over. And man, how far have they fallen? Used to be one of the elite teams in the Big East, and now it's definitely the laughing stock of the Big East. So yeah, I mean, college hoops tomorrow. We'll see. We need some more lines to pop up, but initial take. I mean, do like Rutgers a little bit. And I would that's probably really the only one that I would say I would like to play. I mean, this is not a time, I've said it many, many times, this is not a time to go and spray the board unless you want to get carried out. So if you're good with getting carried out, then fire away. But if you're not, then I would not advise it. So yeah, I guess one last thing before I jump and let you guys do your thing. XFL, Bob. You've got 4 matchups this weekend. I don't know if you noticed or if you heard, they've moved some of these games around to try to help with the ratings. So a couple of those games that were on FX are now going to be on ABC, ESPN. I don't think any games are affected this week. Battlehawks, man. I mean, I laid it on Monday, -170 on Fan. I don't know. I think it's about as close to bet what you want to win. You're silent.
I agree.
I agree.
I mean, seriously, do you see the Battlehawks losing this game?
No.
Not especially after what happened to them this last week. I think they're going to bounce back and be even more. If they're 3-0 heading into this game, maybe I don't know. I mean, they're due to lose at some point.
Yeah, I do kind of like the fact that they lost.
Yeah,
I'm in a little extra pissed off, but
exactly.
Yeah, Bob, you were silent. We need to go back to that. No comment on a bet what you want to win on the Battlehawks money line. I mean, I know it's juicy 170, but like we're talking 30,000 plus in the dome. I mean, they've got the 300 level almost sold out. They're getting ready to open the 400. I mean.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to win, Bob?
You know what? That I don't usually make those decisions, but that's usually you that says that. But I'll go for it. Let's do it. Bet what you want to win.
I did. I mean, I did already. That's why I'm asking you if you think it's a good thing. You're making me worry here. I mean, Greg's exactly right. Orlando is horrible.
Right.
And Arlington barely squeaked by. I thought Arlington was a little better than what they were. But I will be honest, and I don't know if the bookmakers are just not adjusting for this, maybe because, they've never been to a Battlehawks game. They didn't go to the home opener last year, but turn the TV on Sunday, and I know you will. This place is going to be bananas.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It'll be rocking. It's going to be a college-like atmosphere. Players are going to be flying around. I don't know. Do we see the first ever kick return for a touchdown like we did in 2020? We almost saw it last week. Battlehawks almost took one back last week. So I don't know. Battlehawks money line. I know -170. You could probably lay 3.5. I guess if you want MGM -115. I don't want to mess with points in the XFL. Greg says 23-12. I could honestly see even like a 31-10, 33-10. They could just fully run them out. That game could be over in the first half. But as far as the other games go, I don't see a whole lot of value. Seattle, they came back and won last week. They're laying 4.5 against San Antonio. Houston's laying 8.5 at Orlando. That's a ton. And then DC -6 to Vegas. I still think this Vegas team's a little better than, what they're maybe given credit for. They should have probably won last week. Anthony, -180. I hate laying juice. Like that. People do it all the time in baseball. I know, they'll lay -240 with Kershaw and don't think twice about it. But I don't see how the Battlehawks lose. And I know that's like the go-to saying, and it's an automatic loser. But I was at the home opener in 2020, and if it's anything like it was in 2020, I feel bad for Arlington and Bob Stoops. How about that?
I'll never feel sorry for Bob Stoops ever in my life, because you know what? I really don't like Bob Stoops. XFL, Seattle 28, San Antonio 24, says Greg Boyce. Houston 23, Orlando 12. What do you miss Nostradamus out there?
He's got the exactas going. I don't think we can't bet those in the books, but man, somebody needs to screenshot that and see if Greg nails those. I think you're a Battlehawks fan. I'm a little disappointed in the 23-12 prediction. I think Battlehawks can hang 30.
Okay. Well, that's if McCarron can dump the ball off to a running back without overthrowing him. Come on. He makes some really good throws. He makes some really terrible throws, man. And he let the former Battlehawks quarterback beat him last week.
He what?
He let the former Battlehawks quarterback beat him last week.
Tamu didn't beat the Battlehawks last week. Battlehawks beat themselves. They
lost every deep throw Tamu made, they connected on and he threw the ball right on target, man. Come on, give the kid credit. He beat him. He beat him, okay?
2 turnovers in the first. We're down 14-0 immediately.
I know. That was
take one of those off the board. The Battlehawks win the game.
My goodness. Okay. And if Iowa would have hit threes last week, they would have won.
Yeah, baby.
Hey, we're talking about doing this show on Sunday. There's really no reason for me to join. I just need to watch the replay, see what you love, and then I'll do a show.
I'm not making any predictions.
Well, yeah, you finally learned your lesson, didn't you?
Not this year. I'm done.
Think of it this way, Bob.
I'm just tailing your ass.
Think of it this way. Iowa was what, a 12-point favorite in that game last year? Something like that, 11.5. And the fact that you're bringing up, that, well, Iowa should, they should have won if they would have hit some.
I never said that. I just said,
if you're a 12-point favorite, they should have smoked them.
He's making an excuse for an XFL team, and I'm making an excuse. You can't make excuses.
There's no excuse. If you're a 12-point favorite, take care of business.
Randall taught me that you don't make excuses. And here you are making excuses, dude. Come on. Practice what you preach.
Tom is the worst quarterback in the league.
Didn't look like it last week. Looked pretty darn good last week. Had like
Speaking-
3 passes of more than 20 yards downfield, dude. Just right there, baby.
Well, Greg's right. The DC game in St. Louis is going to be a good one. And actually, I got an email this week from the Battlehawks since season ticket holder. I actually have field passes to
Wow.
to the DC Battlehawks game. So I'm looking forward to that. I've never been on a field of a professional or semi-professional or whatever. So looking forward to that. Maybe get a little chippy pregame.
Well, what I want from you this weekend, I want this from you, okay? You need good pictures that we can post and put up here, not only on Twitter, but we can put on here. And I'd like a couple of videos of the crowd. You could send them to me and I can edit them and we could put them on the show so, people can see, the atmosphere. Can you do that? Can you hook me up?
So they can see that St. Louis can support a football team, right?
Exactly.
But they couldn't support the Rams.
Locking in Miami +2. Randall, do you think the wrong team is favored here? Miami beat them by game 1 by 2 points. Miami came back and smacked them around and beat them by 22.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Duke played really well today. I will say, I mentioned this earlier on the show that I did on Twitter Spaces. Any team that scores 100, I typically like to go against them the next game. I mean, Duke dropped 90, where are we at? 96. So, I mean, they scored a ton. I'd probably have to lean to Miami here. I don't know that the wrong team's favored. I mean, I would probably make it a pick 'em. I mean, Miami's win, definitely huge. Obviously revenge, but then also, I mean, playing at home. Miami, obviously a much different team at home, which, I mean, I think every college basketball team is different at home. But I don't know. To be honest, I would like to see – there's a lot of things that I want to see. I mean, I would like to see Duke win this conference tournament because they would be another, auto fade for me round 1. I don't think this Duke team is very good. I mean, the fact they were favored, I about fell out of my chair when I saw that Duke was favored to win the ACC tournament, which, I mean, I guess who else are you going to have the favorite? I mean, is it going to be Miami? Is it going to be Pitt, who, Duke blew the doors off of today, by 30, 20, whatever it was. So hard to take them, as a contender. But
hey, if we're going to do this show Sunday, we're not doing it unless you're there, dude. I don't care if it is an hour later. I mean, really, you're the college basketball guru par excellence. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't care. But we'll get plenty of people to come on between all of us on Twitter, and hell, I may even get Barry to pump it up on his Twitch, man. And in his Discord. Let's do it, because I tell you, he brought a hell of a crowd last night. I don't know whether you knew that or not, but
I saw it. I saw you had. I looked at the views. Saw you had some good views or some good people tuning in.
Got a decent amount in right now. Actually, we've been steady at 20 plus, and during this entire show practically. So everybody watching, appreciate you all tuning in, because you see what you're getting. High quality college basketball talk, and there's just nobody around that can do it like Randall. So,
my God, how much more are we going to kiss this guy's butt? I mean,
we're not kissing yours. I can tell you.
I know that.
I need your plays. I mean, part of my success last year was due to your love for Virginia Tech and Iowa.
Well, get in the lab, Bob, and start doing your research and give us some plays so we know where
I have none.
I don't even need you in the lab. I just need you to watch the after show of CBS and tell me what the experts say and that you can agree with them on. It kills me. All of these experts, College of Charleston, third Colonial Athletic. Look out. You guys haven't watched Charleston play one game. I mean, I watched Charleston play several games, and they play trash. Charleston's probably going to get smoked. They were life and death with UNC Wilmington last night. But they're going to see, 30 they're going to see 30 wins by Charleston, and people are going to jump on them.
Randall owes us some XFL wins. Let's hope we come out ahead this weekend. Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, this Battlehawks money line's it. I mean, I don't know. Steven Battley's got a plus money locked for tonight. Do you have to use it tonight?
Let's do it. Let's get to some bets.
Let's get to some bets.
We got Mike. Mike, you got a parlay tonight?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Randall, what you got anything else?
If Steven's looking, no, I mean, if Steven's looking for something, I don't know when this bet has to be used by, but I think that I think tomorrow, I think Rutgers on the money line. I mean, plus 195 right now. I think there's some value there. I think they can pull that upset. I mean, Purdue's probably number one seed no matter what. I mean, who else are you going to give it to?
I like that.
So
yeah, Purdue fits too.
Maybe Rutgers money line.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about all I've got. I don't see much. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to work.
All right, bro. Hey,
awesome,
thanks,
brother.
Thanks for showing up. We appreciate it. On time. Way to go. Woo! The guru himself. Randall.
Plus money play tonight, Steven. I mean, if we look in the NHL, let's get in. I'm going to get into my parlay here real quick for you all and show you what I got. We got to bounce back. I did Montreal plus 1.5 is interesting, Bob. Backing them tonight. I mean, I know they haven't been playing well. They've lost 4 in a row, but they've only lost by 1 goal in every single one of those games. And the Rangers are looking a little skittish right now. They've lost a couple in a row. I think, and then you look at their last 3 games, you know, they've won their last, they've lost their last 2. And then the one game they won against Philadelphia was a 1-goal win, 4-3. So I think Montreal can make this game interesting tonight. So I took the Canadiens plus 1.5. That was plus 100 at the time. So you may be able to snag that for plus odds. And then I went to the Bruins on the money line. You just saw they won their last matchup against Edmonton. They're at home tonight. That game was in Edmonton. They won. They're on another tear, Bob. They won 10 in a row. Oilers have lost 4 out of their last 6 on the road. This has got Bruins money line written all over it.
Okay. I like that. I like that. And guess what? I didn't even pick in either one of those games. So that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Yes, that's a good thing.
That is a good thing. All right. We have to put a prize picks play together here in a bit. And we also, if you've got any positive EV bets out there, Mike, let us know.
Yeah, here's a Keegan Murray play for plus odds on Bet Rivers or Barstool. It's plus 100. Every book juicing this over tonight at minus 125, minus 124 range. Very, very good value on this play. So I think this is definitely one we're locking in right now at plus 100 on Bet Rivers or Barstool, wherever you want to go hit that at.
Okay. There's been a Dylan Brooks play on.
Yeah, I hit that. I had that in my video. I mean, I like it tonight. No Ja Morant. It's been interesting because Dylan Brooks has not really consistently been hitting this number. He was hurt one game. Did have one game a while back. He had 16. So, I mean, it's not anything guaranteed. But, I mean, if you look at the value on it, it's heavily juiced at to his over on most books. So getting minus 105, you got to roll with it for value reasons. I mean, that's pretty good taking him over 13.5 points for minus 105 on BetMGM. So yeah, I locked that in already. Love that play. Let's just keep looking here and see if there's anything else. Sabonis under 18.5. You know, it's one of those ones you're fading a decent player, but De'Aaron Fox could be his night. So I'll lock that in. I mean, you see average odds are minus 124. You've got 4 or 5 books right off the bang that are favoring this side and juicing the heck out of his under. And then you got Pinnacle also doing that. So really odd that we're getting minus 106 on a play that's favored to hit on every single sports book. So comparing it to that, that's tremendous value. I think we got to roll with it. That's definitely one I'm smashing right now. Shingun under 9.5 rebounds. Boy, interesting. It's minus 113. Heavily juiced on a lot of books in the minus 130 and above range. Pinnacle's got it at minus 151. I mean, this, again, it's got tremendous value on it. I will, since we're on Bet Rivers right now, let's go ahead and lock that one in as well. Shingun under 9.5 rebounds. I like that one.
Here is a play that popped up, Mike, and I don't know if you have it, but Jonathan Quick tonight over 26.5 saves. It's the first time I've seen saves this year pop up on the positive EV page.
I'm not showing it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I haven't seen one of these in a while. Jonathan Quick over 26.5 saves is minus 110 on DraftKings. That's the only book that you have that play on is DraftKings. Pinnacle has got it at minus 145. So, I mean, comparing it to just Pinnacle, it's got some good value on it. I'll throw a little bit on that. I'll throw a quarter of a unit on that. See what happens. I'll ride with you on that.
All right.
Jabari Smith under 7.5 rebounds. Minus 122. You see what most of the books have this priced at. Minus 140 or average odds, so it's heavily juiced. If you can move quick, you'll probably be able to lock this one in. I like that one.
Tony says the wagon rolls on, Brinks super truck on Bruins money line. You know how I love the Bruins.
I love Boston tonight. I mean, that's, I know you're laying some juice on that thing, but I think Boston's going to win tonight.
All right. What do you say we get the prize picks?
Yeah, let's do it real quick. Before we do that, I'm going to go to my bet tracker here real quick because, I got to show off last night. You saw a very, very good night, positive EV betting. There's all the plays that I was on. So a very good night for me, positive EV betting last night. And then tonight, you see it. I've got a crap load out here right now. We've got just tons of bets. I'll tell you what, Steven was talking about a free bet that he had wanting plus odds. I love Brady Kachuk's over 3.5 shots on goal tonight. That was plus 120 earlier. So that's definitely one to look at. Taking him on his, Bob, it's a Kachuk. They shoot the puck, right?
Yeah. All right. Yes, Anthony. Minus 170 to minus 180 is good for that Battlehawks bet. All right. I'm gonna pull up my price picks, and I'm ready anytime you are.
All right. Let's roll with it. Let me go to the positive EV page and see what we got out here on prize picks. Hit some last minute bets.
Yes, great stuff.
Now we'll put an entry together here.
By the way, next week, Greg Voice wants to come on one time too. We'll figure out when we're going to get him on also.
Fair enough. I am game. All right, Kelly Oubre under 1.5 player assists. Looks pretty good to roll with, Bob.
Okay.
And then Dorian Finney-Smith over 5.5 rebounds. Does not look too shabby. I think both of them are worthy of taking based upon what most of the books do. If you were to if you have Bet Rivers, I'm getting minus 118 for this play is pretty good. So, but I do like the play to add to an entry. 54.7 win probability.
Okay.
Not bad there. Let me refresh a couple more times. I don't think there's anything else showing up because we're going to have to go to the screen, Bob.
All right. Oubre under on assists. Finney Smith over on rebounds.
Yes. Let's jump into let's go to player points. Let's find a couple of plays on the screen for player points for our entry. What do you say?
All right, let's do it. I'm ready. Shengun, I'm sorry.
Yes. What about him?
I'm
You're just shouting out random guys at me again, aren't you?
Well, yeah, no, I'm whatever pops up on my screen, man.
Let's see here. Let's see if we can find anything where we have a little bit of an edge. So this Chris Dunn play, a little dicey. Let's take him over 10 points.
Okay. Got it.
Most books have his line at 10.5, so that half a point gives us a little edge. Let's take Markkanen over 28.5 points. Price Picks has his line at 28.5. A lot of books, including Pinnacle, have his line at 29.5. So I say we take his over 28.5.
Oh.
And then let's go to another play. Well, you're asking questions, aren't you, Bob?
There it is, right there. Over 28.5. All right, got it.
I'm going to go to player rebounds now. I'm going to get us a couple of player rebound plays. So we'll take the Dunn play and we'll take the Markkanen play.
Okay, we're at 4 picks right now.
We are at 4. Okay, we just need one more.
Need one more.
All right. Well, I'm loading up here, so patience will be very, very key here, buddy.
I'm very, very patient. Everybody knows that.
Do they though?
Yeah,
do they know that?
Oh, they know it for real.
Do they really know that?
They really know it.
Okay. Give me a sec here. I'm scanning around. Nothing there. Lines are all the same there. Okay, here we go. Banchero. We've got most books setting his line at 6.5. Price Picks has got his line at 7. So let's take Banchero under 7 rebounds.
Got it. All right.
Sound good?
Yep. Oubre under, Finney Smith over, Dunn over, Markkanen over, Banchero under. All right. Let me right?
Right.
Okay. Let me go ahead and place this entry. And I'll go ahead and share my screen, show everybody what we're hitting here.
I'm all about it.
Price Picks, 5-pick flex, baby. All right, we got Kelly Oubre, less than 1.5 assists. Dorian Finney-Smith, over 5.5 rebounds. Chris Dunn, over 10 points. Markkanen, over 28.5 points. And Banchero, under 7 rebounds. That is a Price Picks 5-pick flex, baby. And that does it for the show. We're going to get somebody on here tomorrow. I asked Jordan. He's going to let me know. All right, Mike. Let's make some money tonight.
Hey, what do you think? Make sure you guys tune in. Tony does Midnight Munchies. I tuned in last night. If you're up late, great show. He does an awesome job. It's very, very much worth your time jumping in there and tuning in.
Thanks to everybody that showed up. Tony, Steven, Jimmy, Jordan, Anthony, Randall, Greg Voice. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it very much. Stephen Batza, of course. You are great. Bye, guys.